Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Point Five Talking. Got the NBA guys in the building for playoff basketball. Who would have thought we would be recording this far, this consistent into the NBA playoffs? But I'm happy we're here. We got Matt, Luke, Joey, and John here to talk about the first round of the playoffs and the plan that just happened, and that's going to happen sometime soon. But first, Joey and John actually went to the Sixers Magic game. We'll also talk about the Warriors, Clippers, and all the other games and stuff like that. So, I mean, we'll start with Joey and John. We'll start with the Sixers Magic game. Everyone can chime in a little. But these guys had the firsthand experience of going to that game. So, fellas, what do we think?
Watching the
Want to
Magic
start?
on offense hurt me. It was rough. Paolo turning the ball over every 5 seconds. Franz couldn't score. Anthony Black was their savior. It was a rough watch. But
Mhm.
the Sixers did look good.
Yeah, throughout the first half, the Magic's offense was very rough. I think Franz throughout the first half either had 2 points or no points. Paulo was scoring, but they literally weren't respecting the jump shot. And on a lot of drives, he just seemed to get swiped on, especially by smaller defenders. Like VJ did it to him at least 2 times. Um, Anthony Black, like Joey said, came alive in the second half for them, kind of stepped up. Jalen Suggs, I looked after the game, shot 1 for 9. I didn't realize it was that bad in person. The dude next to us just kept yelling "bald boy" every time he took a shot. Um, Franz was bad. Paulo was bad in the second half. Tyrese Maxey is literally James Harden 2.0. I can't believe watching it in person. Like he had a step back where he was right in front of the 3-point line and gets all like the most insane separation of the game. He gets any bucket he wants. And then Paul George, his midi is automatic. I did not realize that. He can't shoot the three no more, but he gets that midi whenever he wants. And Andre Drummond, great for them. Great for them. I think they'll maybe win a game against the Celtics. But there was a guy leaving the parking lot and he's talking to this girl and he goes, in my opinion, I think we're playing the best team in the East now. Like, yeah, no shit, buddy. They've been the best team in the East the past 40 games. So I think they'll lose and we'll talk on that later. We'll touch on that later.
Yeah. Matt and Luke, anything about that bum ass game, or kind of want to move on from it?
I mean, it just kind of feels like every year you're like, oh, if Joel Embiid's healthy, the Sixers could be good, and he's not. So I doubt that lasts long enough for him to come back. But
Hmm.
He
they're
will be
sneaky.
back.
They got a good core for the future.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Adam Bona is a little shocking. He's
He's
solid
bad.
six.
He's so bad.
He's
What do
bad.
you mean, bro? He can move. He's
He
like
does not pass the eyes
There's
test.
he had one block where he gets up and he gets a really good
he can
block
move
out of it.
enough that he's okay.
His
So
offense is his offense is
yeah,
non-existent. He's not a good rebounder,
I'm shocked.
and
I'm
yeah.
shocked you guys didn't bring up Desmond Bain,
Oh,
the
that's what I forgot to touch on. Desmond Bain,
for the
he's
Magic.
God. He comes down the court and literally just pulls and he hits whatever he wants. It's unbelievable.
I'm
I
kind of
think he
shocked.
was on that dry
He
spell.
was
That's
their
what kind of
he
lost him
was
the
their
game.
best player, but Maxi, I'm telling like Maxi took me away, especially in the fourth quarter. Like we had him for 25 plus, and you just knew at a certain point he's just getting it. Like he's just
Hmm.
getting his points whenever he wants. It's unbelievable to
And
watch.
VJ is the future, by the way. That dude is
Oh yeah,
unbelievable.
BJ too.
Yeah, he
BJ's
is
like
Unbelievable.
though.
so BJ's so twitchy in person. Like he can get to the rim like that, and doesn't matter the defender. He finishes over them. It's very very impressive.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It's funny seeing you guys' see. It's so funny that you guys went
Bro,
to the
but we
game.
could see everything at the
It
rim.
was
So
No,
good.
like
I
no,
think
it
going to
was
the
I liked
game
it,
was good. It's just funny that you two went. Like,
bro. I actually thought I was gonna get a nosebleed, but my shit started to pressure when I first got up there. We
all
we
right,
we just scurry by people,
all
bro.
right.
Worst seats ever, bro.
Wait. John did almost fall down the steps.
Yes, literally this
That
person
doesn't
was
surprise
Oh
so
me.
no.
big, bro. No,
I
this
need
person was
camera
so
footage of these
big.
two going to this
I'm like,
game.
I'm like,
Moving on, we're going to talk about the first game I think of the play-in. Probably the most exciting. Maybe not. I would say the most exciting. Going to OT. Uh, the Charlotte Hornets beating the Heat, moving on in clutch fashion, as they say. I'm going to start with John here because John is a LaMelo defender, and what not defender like
I'm a
double
supporter.
entendre.
No, I'm a supporter.
But John, in the group, I mean, how do we feel about this young Hornets team coming back from I think they were down by like I don't know. They were down a decent amount and then
They
they
were
hit that.
down for most of the second
Yeah.
half.
So I
Um,
mean, John, is LaMelo that guy?
so not that he's that guy, but Khan didn't have much offense for them. Miles Bridges didn't really show up to the second half for offense on them for them, and then really there was just no scoring outside of LaMelo. Like he was coming up big for them and creating a lot of offense. Diabate is great. He's a great rebounder. He's phenomenal. Gets so many important rebounds is the big thing.
Mm,
But with LaMelo, like there's just certain points in the game that you need a guy to take over, and he is a guy that's capable to do that for a young Hornets team. I don't, I wouldn't say they're going to win a playoff series, but I think next year, if they were to add another piece, I definitely think he could be a part of like the lead part of it,
mm. Yeah, no.
regardless of what the box score says, bro. He takes a lot of shots, but that's due to what the offense was not going that game. It was bad.
To the group as well. I mean, how do I word this? Do the Heat win that game with Bam the rest of the game? Was that big of a factor?
It's
I
definitely a big factor. He's what they're probably, I mean, probably their best player. I mean, in
Yeah,
total.
he's their best player.
Mm,
Um, it's definitely a huge factor, defensively and offensively, in the paint, and he's a big presence for them. Probably, yeah, I'd probably think that he'd win that game if he's healthy and plays the rest of the game. Unfortunately, John, I do want to bring up a point. I do think Lamelo has an all-star in his future. I do think you're missing somebody who's very big for them, Kobe White.
Oh my God, that's on me. Yeah,
The
phenomenal
Chicago
off the bench.
Bulls.
That's the blank spot in my head. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. I don't know what the Bulls gave up for him.
I think it was a
But
nothing.
second round pick,
Wasn't it
and
it's
Sexton?
not.
yeah, it was Sexton in a second. I
Fuck.
think it was Sexton in a second.
It's still.
Not it's
I like
still not
Sexton, but
good.
like it's just not worth it. Um,
Mm,
Kobe White has been awesome ever since he got into the league, and it's kind of and I think this is a perfect team for him to fit on. Just adds a little bit more scoring off the bench.
mm.
I would like to say Luke questioned if the second highest scorer of all time was the best player on his own team, bro.
Sorry, bro. Sorry,
I
bro.
would like to point that. It's Wilt Bam Kobe, bro. Come on.
Yeah. Matt, what do you think about the second Rookie of the Year nominee in Conca kind of blowing smoke in his first? I would say this is a playoff game, so playoff game.
Hey, but it don't count as a playoff game though.
Yeah, definitely surprising given how consistent he's been. That's kind of been his thing and his argument for Rookie of the Year. This game was great. I've been watching a lot of college basketball, and with this game, it was kind of like, wow, these guys just make everything. That Kobe White shot was insane. The Hornets are a fun team. I think they only go as far as LaMelo takes them, but hopefully Khan can step it up and they can have a little more on that team. Some of the shit that LaMelo shoots, bro, has me like taken aback. So maybe he
Hmm.
needs to dial that in a little bit and wait till he gets hot.
But
But
that's his game.
fun
That
team.
It sometimes goes in though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game isn't valid if it's hurting the team, but
Hmm. Yeah.
Can I
No.
expand on the con point?
Hmm.
I
yeah.
know it's a bad first playoff game for him, but I do think just looking at his whole picture in the past, I guess 12 months or so, he plays all his games in college, gets drafted, plays a lot of games in the summer league, then plays all 82 games. I think he's probably just, his body's probably a little worn down.
Hmm.
Um, Obviously, he's handled the regular season pretty well and pretty professionally for his first year. And I think it's probably just his body. A little nervous too. Like it's a different atmosphere. I mean, he's played in big games, obviously, but I think that's part of the reason why he didn't play that well.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
he's
I
not a guy
mean,
I'm worried about.
yeah. Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah, I just said he's not a guy I'm worried about at all.
I
Oh
mean,
no, but
yeah.
that's probably I that's that's something to take into account, and if he continues to play this bad.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I mean, the Charlotte Hornets are moving on to another team that's moving on. By a little surprise, the Trailblazers coming into Phoenix. Luke had this from the beginning, called it in our group chat. Winning by 4. Will Devin Booker ever win or go to or like, win something ever?
Yeah, he's a
No,
Uh,
Piston. He's a
no,
Piston.
no.
He's a
Jalen
Piston
Green's is
after this
number
year.
two option, bro. No.
um,
He's
I
a Piston
mean,
after this year.
this Suns franchise is just stinky poo poo butt cursed. Like, holy crap.
Yep.
That's why he's a Piston next year, bro.
I will say they shocked me this year with how well they did.
No, no, the Suns had a good year, and
Mhm.
they are the highest playing seed, so they're not like the Trailblazers like I'm just spewing, but point being, the Suns had a very great year for the roster that they had. Matt Ishbia has turned into a very proactive owner after having what's it called, first owner syndrome or something like that, where these new owners come in and what he did is he got Beal, he got KD, and tried to build this roster. Shit hit the fan. He's acknowledged that it was his fault, and he's made an active effort to get the fan base back, and he built a very like community driven team. Like the Suns this year for this team is kind of like the beam team. Like I feel like Phoenix had rallied
Being
around them,
team.
especially this year, but it wasn't as publicized.
Mhm.
Matt Ishbia as an owner has really done a great job making sure that this roster was able to get turned around. You were
Mhm.
saying about Devin Booker really win anything. Uh, he's been linked to Detroit last offseason he was, and it wouldn't shock me if the Pistons were to get bounced a little early and think they need to shake things up and maybe try and go and get Booker. But I think that's a
That'd
long
be
shot.
scary.
I think that's a long shot, but that would be like the ideal option for him to
Mhm.
go win something.
Devin Booker in Detroit would just
It would
I
It'd be
think
the
he
best
would
team in the
be
East.
depressed.
It'd be the best team in the
Yeah,
I
East.
that's
think
why
he'd
he's
be
got to go
fine,
to
dude. They're the
Houston.
number one seed in the East, and they're like a player off of like a really deep run. I
I
kind
Exactly.
of
just
like that.
think no offense to Detroit, never been, but I think he'd just be so depressed going from Phoenix to Detroit.
It
No,
can't be much
he's
worse,
from
Loki.
Detroit. I'm pretty sure
Is he actually?
He's a big Detroit guy. That's
Oh,
the whole
Oh
link.
shit. Oh shit.
Bro, you
Never
know
mind.
what he wore to
Never
the
mind.
game? You know what he wore to the playing game? I peeped it too. He wore a Detroit Tigers hat.
Oh
Bro, I'm
shit.
telling you, yo, he's a big
Oh.
Detroit guy.
God damn it.
I'll double confirm this.
Next time we're championship now. Fuck.
He's born in Michigan. He is born in Michigan.
He's a
He's
Fuck.
mainly
Detroit
born
guy,
in Grand
bro.
Rapids,
Why did he
but
go to Michigan then, man? Kentucky? Fuck.
dumbass
Obviously,
school.
we're going to Kentucky, bro. If the offer comes in, what's going on? What are you talking about?
so moving on from that game to, I would say, John's peak watching ability over the last couple days. Warriors
You didn't watch the
over.
I
game.
would like to say I didn't watch this
You didn't
game.
watch the
Oh,
game.
I
John.
was driving back. I didn't watch this
Warriors
game.
over the Clippers. To my surprise, I think like logically, I would think it would have been a closer game, but I thought like for the future, I didn't think the Warriors are actually going to pull off this win for lottery reasons and stuff like that. But I mean, is Steph Curry like
So I
top
can
three player of all time? Like, is this
so
guy insane?
I didn't watch the game live, but I've gone and done my research. I just listened to a podcast before this, and they were talking about like this team was down in the shitter 2 months ago because Steph hasn't played for 2 months. They really weren't finding anything going on offense. Steph comes back these last 5 games. They're able to get the offense going again. Draymond, unbelievable last night in the second half against Kawhi, and especially the fourth quarter. I think with around a minute and a half left, the announcer said Draymond had held him. He had 19 points in the third, and then he had none in the fourth. So Draymond was the main defender on Kawhi. He was 2 for 7 when guarding him. Uh, but the main thing is Steph. Steph opens up the offense. KP is able to do things that we haven't had a center
Yep.
be able to do for us in our system. Um, Pods has hit a decent stretch where he's able to put the ball in the basket and not be an absolute disaster. D'Anthony Melton's a decent guard. I don't know how he played last night. I only watched the highlights. Wasn't able to watch the full game, but I think it's very positive for the future. With like Jimmy, like we don't have Jimmy and we don't have Moody, so this team probably wins a play. I think they're a higher seed if they have Steph throughout the regular season and they have Jimmy throughout the regular season. I think this team can win a playoff
Thank you,
series
dude.
can win a playoff series next year. I don't know about title contenders. I don't know a move you can make that would be able to up their ceiling, but I do think the ceiling of this team, especially with a guy like Steph, who you just mentioned, I'm a major defender that Steph is probably top 5 all time. He's easily top 10, and you can slot him in top 5 if you really start to break it down. He is
Mhm.
the greatest player under it's like 6'5". He's top 10 in shooting percentage.
That's just the weird stat. You might as well
Bro,
just call him top five. Like,
well,
Holy
it is.
cherry
It,
pick, man.
it's true.
no, I know. Okay, that's true, but you
But
could
like the
just say
stat I'm
like,
about to give you, he's top 10 in true shooting of all time, and he's the only player. It's like under 6'8". Like every other player is just it's like a center thing to be. I don't know. He is one of the
no, I
greatest
agree with you.
offensive
That's just
engines
like a
ever.
weird, like that's
And
just like such a
I
niche
want to pose a
stat.
question.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
want to
get that
pose
from
this
ESPN in
question
2 days.
on the podcast. Ready? If you were to start a team right now and you had to pick your main focal point for offense, are you picking Luca or Steph? And
Luca.
Wait, at their current age or like full
right
careers?
now,
Lucas.
right now,
Yeah, Luca.
Right
Oh,
now,
Luca, yeah.
they both pick Steph, and their
Who?
reasoning
Who's
is
they?
who?
Who's
the
that?
nerd sesh guys, bro. My
Bro,
nerd sesh.
we
Oh,
the nerd
So
session.
listen, their reasoning.
The
I'll
nerds.
provide some reasoning. Ready?
We're
Got
the
ya.
Money Empire.
John,
Luca,
this isn't John.
Luca.
This isn't a Steph Curry Glaze podcast. I was
Oh
just
no, but I'll
asking.
make it a little
No,
segment.
but I don't want it to be. This is
Luca's a
this.
real on ball guy. Steph's able to open up the offense off the ball, the gravity, bro. You were able to slot in more
He's
guys around
35.
Steph than you are Luca. It's not a future thing. It's one season. One
Oh,
season.
one season, yes.
Ben
all right.
Luca.
You
Poorly
didn't
phrased
say that.
question.
Poorly phrased question. My apologies. I'll just
I'm going with Luca, bro.
Also, you forgot to shout out Al Horford. He gave you guys some great minutes.
yes, Al
Yeah.
Horford. Al Horford, great, especially down the stretch, hitting them threes.
Yeah.
I've always loved to hate watch him. Now I love to watch him. So we flipped the script.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, moving on from the playoffs real quick. We're gonna do a little segment. I asked the fellas to name like 3 or 4 guys within like kind of like their early stages of their career. I think I mentioned that they also could be college guys. I don't know if I said that. I think I said
Oh,
that.
You did. Yeah, you said you could.
like they can be college guys. Like, shit.
But it doesn't have to be. Someone asked that question before, and I think I said yes, but that's kind of a harder thing to pick from. So I mean, I mean, we can go from like kind of my angle. So Matt, if you want to go first, go to Luke, Joey, John. Just give me like, oh, you just go one, and then we'll go around.
Sure. Love to have the opportunity to talk about this guy, Steph Castle. He has all the tools needed to be one of the better guards in this league. He's already probably one of the best perimeter defending guards in the league. I
Joey,
think
what are
he's
you
in.
smirking at?
I don't know.
There's
I think
nothing
he's in
better than him at the same position, bro.
Wait, who did Matt pick?
Steph
Definitely
Castle.
Castle.
Stephon
Oh,
Castle.
yeah, bro. A fucking dog. Joey,
Yeah,
shut
Joey,
up.
why are you laughing?
Amen is
Boy,
better.
disrespect, bro.
I'm
You know
Ahmed's
what
not
that
a
guy's done for me
fucking
personally?
guard.
Amen
You're
is
not even
Fucking
better.
slow in
comparable.
the head.
Okay, well,
Amen is
let's talk about this.
Excuse my
Throughout his
language.
time at
Yeah.
throughout his time at UConn, I kind of was like, oh, if this guy could just shoot a three ball, like he'd have every tool in the toolbox for a guard. Over the past month, he's been shooting like high 30s, I think like 38% from three. If he puts it together, dude, he's got a massive frame. He's a great finisher. And if he starts hitting these threes on this Spurs team filled with weapons, he's going to go crazy. I think he's going to have a big year next year, bigger
I
than
I
this year.
100% agree. I don't know why Joey's smirking. Like that's a good.
Yeah, comparing him
Ridiculous.
to Thompson is insane. I don't get
I'm in
where that even
Thompson
comes
in
from.
the same conversation.
Bro,
Do you think I'm gonna sit
Castle
here and
is
back a
so
Spurs
good.
player? Hell no.
I tuned into a random Spurs Clippers game with no Wemby. Castle was
I'm
unbelievable.
actually gonna
He's
look it up.
actually a freak.
Dude,
I went
I
to a
think he's like
Grizzlies
fourth on
Spurs
Defensive Player
game
of the Year
his rookie
voting.
year, and he was
Dude,
unbelievable.
he is
That guy's a winner, dude.
Let's see.
All right, who's next?
I
We're gonna
am.
go Luke.
I'm gonna continue with the Spurs route. Give me Dylan Harper. If he goes anywhere but the
Ooh,
Spurs, he's probably in contention for Rookie of the Year. I think he's probably if he's in contention for if he goes to a different team where he's like the primary ball handler and like scorer like Cooper Flag is, and I guess like a team like the Hornets, he would probably put up like 20 and 5. His ceiling is so unbelievably high, and if he develops the three ball like Steph Castle, it's lights out because I think the stats show that he's like the best. I don't know if it's guard. I guess it's the guard position that he's so like good at finishing at the rim. He's like 65% at the rim this year, and
wow.
it's quite interesting.
Yeah, his spark the last like what 2 months, a month and a half has been like been crazy. Like he's
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
very
this
good.
Spurs team is so hot.
Mm. Yeah.
Also, a great defender. Like I feel like that was super underrated for him coming out of college. Like nobody really saw saw him as like a good primary defender or like a defender in general.
Mm.
Uh, and I feel like the Spurs kind of have developed that for him.
Mm. Yeah, no, that's a great pick. Shout out Rutgers. Did he play at Rutgers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's hear it, Joe. What do you got?
I'm gonna go a
Mr.
little
Giggle
older.
Monster over there.
It's got to be Tyrese Maxey. He has yet to be on an All NBA team. He is
Gotta
Really?
be an All
so
NBA player this year, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, and that means I'm right.
Jesus Christ.
I
Fine, we
guess.
can
Nice layup.
bounce it. We'll bounce it to the right. We'll go VJ Edgecombe. Also, unbelievable player. That dude is fast. He can guard. He can get to the rack.
Who, Joey?
VJ.
Oh,
DJ.
so it's one or the other, buddy.
I'm going
He
to VJ.
pivoted.
Who?
VJ.
This
Oh, now
kid
it's
saw what he
VJ.
saw last night and was like, boom, I'm picking this today.
Oh, Joey, you make me laugh. All right, so why
Not a bad
VJ?
pick.
Go on VJ and
Like I
not
said,
Tyrese.
he his quickness, he can defend, he can get to the rack, he can hit the midi, sometimes can hit the three if he's on. And he's just an all-around good defender and good player. Good to sit, he could pass the ball even when he's doing all his moves. I
All
love
right,
watching him play.
all right, fair enough, Joe. Fair enough. All right, John.
All right, let's do some Yukon glaze, bro. Donovan Clingan. Uh,
2 points
he
last
Another
night.
winner.
Yo, chill on him, bro. He's had a very good season, improved the three ball. He's the now the franchise record holder for rebounds in a season for the Blazers. Pretty
Good fun
impressive for a
fact.
second year player. He averaged 12 and 11 this year. If he can get the scoring up and continue to shoot the three ball well, especially in this league, you'll get those open shots, he'll get those easy lays. He can easily be around a 18, 12 type of guy, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he could
Hmm.
reach an all NBA level if the Blazers were to take an extra step. And maybe with Dame next year, he gets unlocked a little more. You never know. So
Hmm.
This
I'm
is kind of funny, but like I think Klingon hit 1 3 in the 2 years where we watched him at UConn, and like literally like every week we would just see videos of him in practice, like striping it from the 3 point line, and we were like, dude, why is he not shooting these in games? It's crazy to see this development in the NBA from like further too. I just think
Hmm.
it's really cool. He always
Hmm.
kind of had it in him.
he's just
Um,
been waiting, bro.
oh, even though he had a shitty ass playoff game. No.
Yeah, they advanced, bro. Sure.
All right, Matt, give me one.
I don't really know about all NBA, but I have Alex Sarr here. Maybe he's just like a future All Star.
I wanted to buy all of his rookie cards this year.
He's so
Just let
good.
everyone know.
Yeah, dude, taking that guy, I don't forget his name is like Rice or whatever over him is like a crime. I mean, it was bad then. In
Receiver.
hindsight, it's terrible. But Sarr has a massive frame, great defender, obviously, and he also has these games where you're watching him and he's just like a dominant 3 level scorer. He's striping threes. He's one of those guys, kind of not like to the extent of Wemby, where like, but you see him walk up to the line and just pull a free in someone's face, and you're like, this guy with this build should not be able to do that. And if he can put it all together, he'll be an amazing player.
Hmm.
No, I'm a big Sar guy too.
Yeah,
He's
same.
one of the better defensive centers in the league, and on his nights when he's able to put the ball in, he's a very good two-way player.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think the Wizards just need to be a serious team. I think with AD, him next to AD is going to be very, very interesting to see.
Yeah, similar kind of like molds of player.
Well,
AD would be
yeah,
good to
but
like help him a little
they're
bit.
gonna I feel like they'd anchor Sar because he's
Hmm.
younger and able to do like
Yeah, AD's better at the four too.
yeah.
Real
Yeah.
question, you think AD is gonna stay? Like you don't
Yeah,
think
I
like
think him, dude. They're gonna be like a mid-table East team, maybe
Did you see what he said? He
top
was like,
four.
I gotta go to the owners and whatever and like ask if I'm part of the like
that's why I asked
project.
this question.
Motherfucker, you are the project, twin. Like they
If
gave stuff like you are the guy they just got.
He's
Like
had his heart
the fuck?
broken too many
dude,
times,
if
bro.
you look at it, they don't have it's a decent starting roster or
Yeah,
starting
I
five
agree.
with them
Trey
healthy.
Johnson, baby. Trey Johnson.
Hmm.
Not dude, and
Sharif
I
Cooper.
fucking
Shout
love
out the
Bub
boy.
Carrington. I love Bub Carrington, Keyshawn George, bro. They got good young guys. Like they
Hmm.
just are
I
an
agree.
unserious
They can be
organization.
deep. Hmm. All right, Chapman.
Talk about another unserious organization, the Chicago Bulls. I'm gonna go Matas Pazulis.
Ooh.
I
Mm,
love watching him. Every time I mean, it's a rare occasion where I see a Bulls game, but every time I watch him, it's super impressive. And he's only 21 years old, but I feel like he could become a really good three-level scorer. I think there's so much in the tank, and I think when he gets into his prime, he's going to be a really good ball player.
Hmm.
He's literally their only ray of hope.
Yeah.
That's funny. No, yeah. No, I like that pick. He's shined this year. All right, Joe. Let me hear it.
All right. I gotta say him. Amen Thompson is if he can figure it out, if he can figure out how to shoot the
W
ball,
agenda.
If he can
it'll
figure out
it
how to
will
do
be.
one
I
of the
mean,
most
let me
important
break it
parts of the
down.
game,
No,
he's
no.
going to be
Let
all
me
NBA.
hold
That
on, hold
Steph
on.
Castle could already do now, by the way, when
Second,
you said
second,
that.
second year in the league, he was in the first team all defense. Third year league, he was probably going to be in the at least all defense team number two. He can get to the rim. He averaged 18 points, 8 rebounds, and like 5-ish assists, I think. All around good player. He's just got to really work on the shooting. I know it's the third offseason we're about to go in where it's like, oh, what if he can do the 3 point? I think like even if he can get it a little bit higher, he could still project himself into that.
All
And
right.
seeing the role that he took, as he's not even supposed to be the point guard, by the way, our main point guard tore his ACL, and they said, Amen, you're now our guard. They did nothing to help him. And look, he still did the same thing he did last year, a
Play
bit
Reed
better.
Shepherd.
Joey,
Don't get me
whenever you
started
guys
about.
do, uh,
I've wanted Reed Shepard to start at point guard since game one. If Ime would have just done that, he would have been able to learn how to play the guard position well, quick, fast, how to move off Alperen Sengun, your main piece. Apparently not. It would have been so much better. I don't know why 15 games left of the season. We're now okay, let's start Reed for 5 games. Wait, no, never mind. Let's put Tar Eason. Wait, no, let's go back to Josh Okogie. It doesn't make sense. They're setting his career up to fail. I'm not happy with it. I want to see my guy
They're
producing in
setting
the
his career
playoffs.
up to fail. Bro is ridiculous.
Joey, he is holding your team back. Whatever, it may not be the first round, it may be the second round. When you guys inevitably lose in the playoffs, it'll because they stick a center on him and he clogs the paint and then
I'm not
prevents
talking
anything
about
from happening at the
Sengun. I'm
rim.
talking about Reed Shepard.
No, I'm talking about Thompson. He will be the reason you guys lose in the playoffs when they put a center on him and just have him camp in the paint and double people because he can't shoot anything.
And you act like KD's not going to just start fine. Like what? Why would they put a center on Almond? That makes no sense. We got
So that
other
because they don't have to guard him.
7 foot guys they got to
That's how teams
guard.
defend the Rockets. You guys have a serious court spacing issue. It'll pop up. The Lakers will give you
Okay.
guys a series even with nobody.
Fair enough.
Bro, he
Rockets in
thinks it's
5.
easy pickings, bro.
Fair enough. All right.
Rockets in 5.
John, give me one.
Well, Bigon should be here. We should be discussing the. Never mind.
Let me just
Well,
spawn him in here, Joey. Thank you.
I need a group analysis before I say this. 100%. Is Jalen Johnson on pace to be All NBA?
Bro, I was gonna
I
say
don't
him,
know.
and then I
This
thought he
year,
was, so I didn't
Might be,
say it.
yeah.
He could be. I don't
All
know.
right, well, I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with Jalen Johnson. Averaged 22, 10, and 8 this year.
Stat padding.
Yo,
Sorry.
chill, bro.
Sorry.
The Hawks had a really good second half of the season moving off Trey. They were able to be more of a free-flowing offense, not dominated by one player. And Jalen Johnson, I'm pretty sure his 3-point went up this year, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Hmm.
But he's a young, exciting guy. Very good on defense as well. I don't know. I could see an All NBA in the future, maybe an All Defense.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe he'll get one this year. We'll see. All right, Matt, you're up. We'll do one
I'll
more.
keep
We'll
this
go
one.
one more round.
Yeah, I'll keep this quick. I got Jeremiah Fears. They kind of like gave him the the keys in these last couple games, and he showed that when given more volume, he can produce back-to-back 36-point games, a 28-point per game, a 28-point game before that. This guy was electric in college. He's kind of coming to his own, getting comfortable as a scorer in the NBA. So I don't see any reason why that can't keep trending in the right direction.
Mhm. No, that's a good pick. Even though he's kind of a crackhead and he's kind of not crackhead. What's the word?
Yeah.
He's like just crazy. But
Also, honorable mention to Dibanza. I didn't know we were picking kids in college, but if I was to pick one, it'd be him. He has all
yeah.
the tools, and he played NBA ball in college. They literally just fed him and then cleared out, which I've like never seen before. So he's
Hmm.
awesome.
Yeah. All right, Chapman.
I'm in between a lot here, but I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna shout out my Nets fans. Shout out Philip White. Igor Demin, loved them coming out of BYU.
Ugh.
Absolutely loved them. Uh, thought he was like a perfect point guard. He's tall. He's like over 6'5", I think. I don't really remember. He's only 20 years old. He's a lot of time to develop. Especially his jump shot. It improved a ton this year. I don't know what his specific stats were, but it looked like his deep ball was a lot better than it was at BYU. He can facilitate. Dude, his passing is unbelievable. I think there's just so much in his game that can be improved, and I hope the Nets can their development team can do that for him.
Does it hurt that he's gonna be on that shitty ass Nets team for the next fucking 7 years? Hopefully he
Yes.
gets a move.
Yeah, but honestly, the Nets are trending in the right direction. Obviously, they're uh, at a bad spot right now, but I think
They just have so
if
much
they
capital.
they get Bonsa, I love them in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, fair enough. All right, Joey, give me your last.
Oh, my last guy is probably the best guy. Well, yeah, Cooper Flag far. He will be an All NBA player. That
Thank
dude
you,
is
Joey.
unbelievable. All right, I'm
All
good.
right.
You said make it quick.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough,
This
I guess.
quick.
All right, John, you're next.
All right. I'm gonna stamp down on my boy. I was a big defender in my small time of viewing him in his college career. I'm taking DP, bro. I'm taking fucking Darren Peterson. I think he is so goddamn good. His jump shot, he literally, it doesn't matter what angle he takes off of, what the defender does to him, what type of coverage it is. That boy is able to adjust, put the ball in the hoop, and it doesn't matter where it's from. He's able to get to the rack. He's able to take the midi, and he's very good from three. I think the injury concern this year was just him doing load management in a college style, especially for a guy who knows he's going to the league. Why would I hurt myself? At the end of the day, this is a business, especially now at the college level. As much as you guys don't want to admit it, it's becoming a business. Why would I hurt my draft stock if I want to be a top three pick? I think he goes to the right situation where he's ball dominant. It's gonna be scary hours for the league over the next couple of years. I think the last time I was just like excited about a guard that I watched. I don't watch a lot of college basketball. Was Cade. I loved Cade was so much fun to watch at Oklahoma State, and I think DP is he's the man. He's the man.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he had cramping issues like Paolo. I don't think it was like
No,
straight up load management.
it doesn't matter what it is, bro. He took an approach with his trainer, and on a day-to-day base, like he came out and said it. They went on a day-to-day basis, and they weren't gonna or overstress it. Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter what it was.
Mm-hmm.
You're
My
right, that NBA season is a lot longer and more
Like,
strenuous.
relax.
my honorable mention is my boy. I was waiting for if anyone said him and now chime in, but this might be a little inflated because of how much their team sucked. But I was watching a lot of the Bucks this year, and I'm a huge Ryan Rollins guy.
Ooh,
I think he can be, if he gets put on the right team, I think he can be a really good piece for a team, and he
From
shoots
the
the ball really
Bucks,
well.
bro.
He actually defends way better than he did, way better than I thought he did. He averaged like a steal and a half or something like that this year. He shot like 40% from three. So I really like him. Probably not. He's undersized. He's kind of a smaller guard, but I think if he's on the right team, he could be a really good have a really good shot at making an all NBA
not
team.
that big.
From a
Underrated.
Warriors pick.
That's very true. All right, fellas, the cream of the crop, or however they say it. First round of the NBA playoffs. Just dropped my mouse, so we're not going to worry about that. What I want from you guys, I'm going to go through the picks. All I want is like 15 seconds. Besides, if it's your team, for example, like Luke and Matt, I want you guys to talk a lot about the Knicks and their whole scheme or whatever. Joey, Rockets. John, you have your way with the Warriors, but more so with all these guys, I just want your like who you want, who you think is going to stand out the most, who's the most important guy that needs to show out in this series, and then how many games you think it's going. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, you're gonna pull up the
Sure.
bracket, or what, or you're just gonna start spinning?
I was just gonna start because we have five guys, so it's five guys on this, so it's gonna be a little
That's
tough
fine.
for it to
I didn't
show.
know what you were doing. I just want to make sure.
So we'll start at the. Should I start? Yeah, we're gonna start at the top. Yeah, fuck it. So the Thunder versus either the Suns or Warriors. I feel like it's more than likely we should start with John to get it out of the way. Um, John, one, do the Warriors beat the Suns, and if so, do they have a chance against the Thunder?
Um, I think we do have a good chance to beat the Suns. I would say before the game against the Clippers, I really wasn't uh bought in on the offense being able to produce. And obviously, it's on the back of Steph. If they Steph can do his thing, we have a chance to beat the Suns. I don't think we have a shot against the Thunder. Obviously, that would be a quick 4 or 5 game series. I would be shocked if we got a game. Actually, it'd probably be a sweep.
Hmm.
But the Thunder should breeze by easily, and it would be good if like J Dub starts to get going in that series, so he's
Hmm.
not slow going into the
Hmm.
run.
Do you have the Thunder in about 4 or 5?
Yeah, 4 or 5. I would go 4.
Okay. Matt?
Wait, hold on. If it is going to be the Suns though, I would go probably 5, not 4. Just
Okay.
saying.
Fair enough. Matt?
Yeah, I'll be quick. I think that if the Thunder match up against the Suns, it'll be a 4-0 sweep, and I think if they match up against the Warriors, it'll be a 5-game series because you'll get like one Curry nuclear game, and I don't think it's going to be a very close series outside of
That's
that.
fair. That's fair. I think the same. I think the Thunder win in 5 against either. Chapman?
I agree with John. I think the Warriors get swept if they end up winning, which I think they do end up winning against the Suns. Oh, and then Thunder by 4-1 against the Suns. I think they're a little bit better defensively wise and can can give them a little bit more fits.
Hmm.
And I
Uh,
agree, J Dub is a massive indicator. Like if he can get his shot going in the series, it's going to be huge for them down the road.
Joey?
I got the Thunder winning both games in 4. I don't think there's anything else to look at. The Suns are horrible. The number 2 guy is either Dylan Brooks or Jalen Green. Brooks is all right. Jalen Green is awful. And yeah,
I don't know if you can call a guy that almost didn't he almost drop like 40? You can't call him like trash.
he put up 9 in an elimination game, game 7. So you can call him pretty fast.
There's growth, Joey. There's growth.
Wait, who
Anyway,
is Joey
whatever.
talking about?
Jalen Green.
Jalen Green.
Oh yeah, Jalen Green is doggy, bro.
Moving on. We'll start with Joey here. The Lakers versus the Rockets. I've been seeing a lot of TikTok edits of LeBron, and I am very excited for the series. Joey, who do you got?
You know, obviously I got the Rockets. I think we'll win in 5. All this hype about LeBron one last ride, it's really getting on my nerves. This
Getting
is
on your nerve.
it's getting it's the the amount of people that are backing him against my team, it's so ridiculous. And I think we're going to send him home again. Well, not again. I think we'll send him home quick. I think you'll see a vintage KD. I think KD was going to take this series by his hand and he's going to win it for us. I think that's how it's going to end. I think we'll see some good minutes coming from Reed. I think we'll see some bad minutes probably coming from Tari. I hope they're good minutes. I think we'll see some great minutes from Bari. And yeah, I think we'll win this pretty confidently. I think we'll blow them out in 2 games. I think the other 2 would be close, but we'll win one, lose one, and then we'll win the fifth game 5.
All right, so you got him in
I thought a
5.
lot about this.
And you think KD's going to be the man. Fair enough.
Yeah.
John, your little synopsis.
Oh,
Um,
wait, one more thing. Adam Silver, you're not slick. Extending our series, trying to let these guys get
We're
healthy,
so
get right.
dumb, bro. They did this last year. Like he's just such you probably could find text of Joey going, Adam Silver, you're not slick about us getting rest time against them in the first round last year.
No, you met him, bro. You
Exactly.
didn't put in a word.
No, bro, I
Can we
didn't. I
flash the
should have.
picture in post?
I actually told him that the plane was a great idea, and he said thank you. That was my one thing I said to him.
But
Nice.
you're
Not the
complaining.
plane,
Whatever.
the in season tournament. My bad.
All right. Anywho, John,
Keep it
give me your little
moving.
pick.
I'm gonna say Joey's over dick sucking his team. I think if Luca
Dude,
comes back in any sort of way, this series gets a little bit interesting. and LeBron can keep it a little bit above water on his own. I would say if Luka comes back, I'm taking the Lakers in six, and he would have to come back by game two or three. Game two or three. And then
You
if
just balk. You just balk,
I
balk.
why did I do that? I don't know. And then if he doesn't come back, I'll probably take the Rockets in six. I think this is going six either way. I
Fair
don't
enough.
think either of these teams are good enough to close it in a sweep or a gentleman's sweep. This shit's going six minimum.
So you think
Absolutely.
Luca,
I
if he
can't
comes
handle
back, is going
another
to be
one
the
of these
man?
three.
Who do you think is going to be the man for the Rockets?
Uh, they're a collective, the man, bro. They're not really an
All right,
individual.
fair enough. All right, Matt.
Hopefully
Oh,
they lose and Ime gets fired so Joey can just complain
Is
about nothing.
is a Reeves officially done for this series? Like he's
I think
Yeah, I think
his is
so.
more significant than
okay.
Luca's, so I'm
Okay.
pretty sure, yeah.
Matt, what do you got?
I got Lakers in seven. This whole series is very appealing to me. The whole idea of like LeBron is alone, and this could be like his like last run, and he knows that if he wins this series,
Can
he
we?
gets Luca and Reeves back. I think that's awesome. I'd love to see what he can do. Talking about the Rockets, I alluded to it earlier. Their main problem is court spacing. And I think following that line of reasoning, Alperen Sengun is the X factor. I think their offense is at their best when they're kind of running it through him as a hub. He's a very good passer. And if he can space the floor and some of their other guys can step up and not cause spacing issues on the court, then they'll be able to keep this series close. But I think it's going to be close regardless. I think it's going to go 7 games.
Hmm. Fair enough.
Can I just say, can we cut the bullshit? This might be his last ride narrative. I would like to say that. The dude is, how old is he? 42, 43. How old is
41.
I think
40,
he's 41.
41? He averaged 27 and 6, and he like reduced himself to a third option, bro. He's the best third option in the league at
You're right. Let me
41. So he's
sorry.
not,
His last
he's
time
probably
was a
playing
one
another
option.
three
I
years.
misspoke. You're right. I
No,
think this is like
not
his
you.
last
I'm
chance
just
to
saying in
take over a
general.
series.
Anyone that
I
says this
can't
might be his
handle another
last ride, I
seven
think
game
they're
series.
losing it.
Hmm. Fair enough. I
Wrap
have the
up, bro.
Lakers in seven, and I think Rui Hachimura, the man, he could be the X factor if he starts
He's
knocking
always
down shots, in big spots. I don't think a lot of people can guard him if he is on fire. That's how easy I want this to go. By the way, just to
Can
let
I
everyone
go?
know.
Can I go real quick?
Yeah, Chapman, you're up.
Rockets got blessed with this draw. Obviously, I'm going to take the Rockets in six, unfortunately, even though I'm rooting my ass off for LeBron. Uh, a key factor is definitely Sengun. I agree with Matt. If he's not playing well, this Rockets team is going down in six.
Fair enough. Fair
Yo,
enough.
he's Jackson Fart's cousin, bro. We got to get a nickname,
Stop
bro.
spewing bullshit, John.
All
Alperen
right.
Şengün or
Way
something
to
like
check him
that.
there, Joe.
Next game. Next game. Nuggets versus the Timberwolves. We're gonna start with Luke here. What do you think, Luke?
What a classic series! It's always peaked during playoffs time, and we get it so early. Probably the most excited series I am. I most excited I am for a series in the first
Mhm.
round. I'm gonna take Denver in in six. I think they are finally healthy enough that I those three guys are just gonna ball out against the Timberwolves. And if Ant, I think probably the key factor, Aaron Gordon. He just came back, obviously, and he's uh, easily helped this team look way better than they have. And he's going to step up big time in the series.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Joe, what do you think?
I love Anthony Edwards. I I got the Timberwolves in a very hard fought seven. Because I think I know how good Jokic is, and I also do love Jokic. Like I would love to see the Nuggets win it all. But man, they put Jokic against Ant. I want to see Ant go all the way until he plays the Rockets and we take him down. So yeah, that's what I got.
Fair enough. Fair enough. John, what do you think?
Probably my favorite series of the first round. Like Luke said, Aaron Gordon behind Murray Jokic is their glue guy. Like when he's there, he's the main role player for them. I'd like to point out Joey in game 82 asked who Julian Stroughworth was.
You didn't need to say that.
um, I'm gonna take the Nuggets in seven. The last time they played the series, it was like 2-2, and then they went blowout, blowout, and then it was like it was either a game seven. I think it was a game seven like close game, then Rudy Gobert hits that fucking midi, like the godly midi. So I'm taking the Nuggets in 7. They're still my Western pick too, so I have to pick them coming out of this round.
Fair enough. Matt,
Yeah, I got the Nuggets in 6. I'm just gonna err on the side of championship experience. I think the Nuggets are playoff risers. Aaron Gordon's playing the best basketball of his career, maybe right now. So I think they're gonna get it done, even though the Timberwolves have a very respectable team.
fair enough. I also like the Nuggets. I think I'm in 7 just because I think Jamal Murray is that mother effer.
Mm.
Simple as that. Um, Next, um, Spurs, Matt Spurs. I'm gonna call Matt Spurs only because Matt loves this team so freaking much.
Dude, they're
Uh,
just so good at basketball.
the Spurs versus the Trailblazers. Matt, I'm gonna start with you because this is kind of your second baby.
Yeah, 4-0 sweep. I actually had that planned before you introduced it like that. But the Trailblazers are like a team as a collective playing above their talent level right now. You got to give them some credit. But the Spurs might be the most talented roster in the league, and they're putting it together. All their players are stepping up right now, and I think this will be a really easy matchup for them.
You think anyone shines, or is it kind of just a collective dog walkout?
Um, I'd like to see Dylan Harper have a good series.
hmm Yeah. Um, I'm gonna agree with you on the 4-0 sweep. I think the Trailblazers are like you. That was actually a very good point. I think they're playing above their talent level. So you got to give them credit, like you said. And I think I really don't care because it's 4-0 and no one's really gonna shine. It's kind of just gonna be. Ooh, I hope. Uh, this is gonna sound stupid, but I low key hope Scoot Henderson balls out.
I love that.
That'd
Mm.
be
I love
cool.
Like
That'd
I
be
know it's gonna be a
cool.
sweep and everything, but I hope he
Miss
plays
Wendy,
well.
it's good narrative.
But that's just me. Chapman, what do you think?
Yeah, 4-0 sweep. Denny Advia is just gonna get fucking dog walked. I mean, there's just too much size against him, and I know John is an Advia hater. I kind of like him, but
I
it
can't
this
say what I want to say about him on this podcast, bro. It's not.
Wow.
this is an impossible matchup, and he's just gonna get. They're just gonna walk him like a dog.
Anyone you think is gonna stand out on both sides of the ball, or any? No, just kind
I think it's just a collective fucking ass beating.
of. Fair
Nice.
enough. Joey,
I want the Trailblazers to win, but it's not what I want. What's gonna happen? The Spurs are gonna win. I really am hoping that Drew Holiday can tap into his whole self, give us a legendary run, and send the Spurs home. But probably the Spurs in 5.
The top 3 things that will never happen.
fair enough. Fair enough. Um, John, let me hear it in the
I'm taking.
most in the most like non-vulgar way you can.
So I was actually gonna be nice. I'm gonna have the Spurs in 5, and I'm gonna be nice to the boy. Yo, when I looked and he had 40, I was kind of like blown away. Like I was like, oh my God, this dude really has 40. So I think the big Yahoo's gonna come down, bless him with one win. Um, I do think him, Drew Holiday, and Scoot can pull together one game. Yo, I'm sorry. I love this Spurs team, but can we stop acting like they won 10 championships in a row, bro?
It's
Let's
not.
You're
calm
part of that
down.
reason, John. You
There's
are that
no,
reason.
bro, but there's room for
You,
error. There's
you,
room for
you
error, bro.
literally
They
are
can
that
Oh, I
reason.
know they
All you
lack
do is talk
experience. It's
about
just
I
the
it.
idea of it
obviously
all
a
coming
sweep
together.
is more than likely, but bro, I think the Blazers can steal fucking one game somehow. I think it'll be five,
That's
five,
fair.
Spurs in 5.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now to the East. This is where it gets fun, to me at least. Um, Pistons over the Magic or Hornets. I'm going to start with you, Chapman. Does it matter who the Pistons play? And
Yes.
what do you have them in both scenarios?
Uh, I really hope the Hornets win this series because I despise everybody on this Magic team. There's just nobody I really enjoy watching.
Mhm.
Um, if it's a Magic, I'm gonna go. Uh, uh, fuck. If it's Magic, I have the Pistons in 6, and then I'm gonna go Hornets. It's a game 7, and I'll take the Pistons.
Very interesting. All right. And who do you
I
got
think
like being like the X factor in either game?
um probably Jalen Duren and Cade, obviously. I think those two are gonna have to be their offense. There really isn't too much offense on the Pistons side of the ball. And they're gonna have to score a lot of points.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Joey, what do you got?
Um, so first, I think the Hornets win the series. The Hornets are much like more fun to watch after watching the Magic in person. I wouldn't if they played the Pistons, I wouldn't watch a single game to be honest. But if the Hornets do win, I'll watch the series because they're enjoyable. I love the players on the Hornets. I love LaMelo. I love Khan. And I think the Pistons would win in probably six. I think it'll be a hard fought game.
Hmm. Fair enough. John, what do you got for your boy
Um,
LaMelo?
I think the Hornets do wind up winning the eighth seed,
Hmm.
and if they do go on to win it, I do have the Pistons in six. I think the Pistons are the most physical team in the league. I think they're gonna beat the shit out of the Hornets. No offense, like I love the Hornets, but they're just not a physical team. They're not.
Hmm.
And the X factor is gonna be I mean, if the Hornets want a chance in this series, I guess it's gonna be Khan. Like you're gonna have LaMelo at for most of the games, like step up. If you want to actually have a chance in the series, your second quote unquote guy has to be there. So I would say Khan is the guy to look out for if that's the series. And if it's the Magic, Pistons in five. And it's probably even worse because Paolo may actually die playing them, bro. He's getting bullied by VJ driving into the paint. They might actually pull his pants down on the court. Like I'm not bullshitting.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Matt, let me hear it.
I think this is one of those series where like it's 1 versus 8, but it's not like a given. I think the Hornets are more equipped to battle the Pistons in a long series. I think that the Pistons would beat the Hornets in 7. I think they beat the Magic in 6, and I think this is going to be a fun series.
Fair enough. I also think the Hornets are gonna go through. I think they're gonna lose the Pistons in six as well. But I think this whole series, X Factor or not, I think it's a huge stepping stone for Brandon Miller. I feel like if he
Mm.
really wants to go to the next step, I feel like in a playoff series like this, like John said, like physicality, like if he really wants to be, like he was also kind of like an All NBA guy. I kind of wanted to shout out. I feel like he really wants to be that guy in the NBA. I feel like. Uh, a playoff six in 6 games. If he's dropping, I would say like 20, 25 points a game, knocking down his shots, playing good defense, I think that could be good for his career. But next, very interesting game, Cavs versus Raptors. We're gonna start with Matt here. I like your analysis on this matchup.
Um, I like the Cavs right now. Since they traded for Harden, they've had like the best guard duo in the league. They're a good team. They started off slow. They've been kind of playing their brand of basketball now. So I'll take them over the Raptors in 6 games.
Fair, fair enough. Chapman.
I agree with that. Cavs in six. I'm gonna look at obviously the guard play is huge for them, and I think they're gonna step up in this playoffs. I'm not really too worried about them. I think as the playoffs go down the line, it's gonna be more of the Evan Mobley, like how can he step up his game in the playoffs because he is not played too well in the playoffs, and it's kind of been underwhelming.
Hmm. Yeah, no, fair enough, fair enough. Joe.
Cavs in four.
You
I
really
think,
think the Cavs are going to sweep the Raptors?
yeah, maybe five, but no, I think they'll send him home at four. Donovan Mitchell is very good at basketball. Pairing him with my goat, James Harden. Oh my goodness.
All
Yes.
right. Fair enough. You think James Harden's going to be that X factor?
I think he's going to be unbelievable, like he always does
Hmm.
early on in the playoffs. It's just when we get towards the back end, we need a little bit more from the teammates, is what we'll see. We will see happen because Donovan Mitchell will be that guy for him.
Fair enough. Fair enough. John?
Everyone's touched on the guard play so far, but I would like to give a little shout out to the backup guards. They traded for Schroeder and Keon Ellis at the trade deadline,
Hmm.
and that was a big area they lacked in. As much as I hate Ty Jerome, he was a major part of their second unit last year, being able to be so dominant. And Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder have come in and been able to be great backup guards to Mitchell and Harden. The Harden trade's obviously a big reason that uh they're in the position they are now. But I
Hmm.
think those two backup guards are great. I'm gonna take the Cavs in six. Don't count out Scotty and BI. They'll probably both have a game where they go off, and then IQ and RJ are fun to watch. And I don't know. The Raptors are not a bad team per se, but they're definitely just like a middle of the road East team that isn't
Hmm.
destined to win a first round series.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think the Cavs win in six. I just look at like these two lineups and I feel like if you compare the two, I feel like if you were doing like this is gonna sound stupid, but like if you compare them in freaking 2K, it's like you look at these lineups, you're like, well, this doesn't really match up that well. And that's how I kind of see it in like a series like this. I feel like, I think Donovan Mitchell and James Harden are just gonna take over matters. But I do think there's gonna be a game when BI drops like 45 and because he
Yeah.
can do that and he's that guy that'd be like, yo, give me
Mhm.
the motherfucking ball and let me go to work. And I think they win that game. So yeah, that's that. Um, Here it is. Big game for this podcast. Big game for the sanity of the two fellas over here on my screen. The Knicks versus the Hawks. I think this is a tighter game than people think. I don't really think the Hawks are that good, but yeah, I'm gonna start. We're gonna go Matt to Luke here. Um, and what do you guys think?
Yeah, the Hawks are very hot right now. They're playing good basketball, but I'm sitting here looking at this roster right now, and no one on this list is really scaring me. The Knicks did not fire Tom Thibodeau to get bounced in the first round of the playoffs the next year after getting in the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's not push this narrative. It's not going to happen. Maybe this goes to 6 games. It doesn't go further than that. I would say Nick. I would say Knicks in 5, but maybe it does go to 6. But I think we're just the better team. We're the bigger team, and yeah, we're going to advance.
Who's your guy for the Knicks that you think is it going to be Jalen Brunson series or you think there's going to be another guy that kind of
No, we'll go with to appease you, Ryan. We'll go with Bridges. He needs to figure it out and play some good basketball. Him and OG need to start hitting from the corner at the rate that we're used to take pressure off. Also, obviously, Jalen Brunson. Everyone hates on Jalen Brunson until it's time to play him. I'm sure he's going to have a big series. He always shows up in the playoffs, and yeah, I need him to lead the team.
fair enough? Chapman, what do you got?
I agree. Knicks in 5/6. I think they definitely got unlucky with this draw. I'd rather play the Raptors.
Mm.
Just because I think the Hawks have a lot more length, and Nickeil Alexander is a great defender, and that's Jalen. I mean, Jalen has done well against lengthier defenders, like we've seen with the Thompson twins, but it's definitely slows him down a lot more. Um, the key part in this series is Carl Anthony Towns. There is nobody physically on the Hawks that can guard him, and I would love to see him come just 30 ball after 30 ball after 30 ball, high efficiency. Um, defensively, obviously, we love the drop coverage, but that's the only thing we can play with him. But if he can, you know, do a little bit of more defensively and affect the game defensively, we're gonna win the series in 5. I'm not too worried. I think the stepping stone is Cat. If Cat plays well this series, I have a lot of confidence going into the next series uh, forward.
And if
Fair
he
enough.
doesn't, welcome to New York, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's not happening.
All right, Joe, what do you think of this game?
Um, to be honest, I think the Knicks win in 5 only for the fact because if somehow the Sixers do beat the Celtics, I'm gonna go to the games in Philadelphia and I get to have a great hate
That has
watching
nothing to do with
game.
your prediction.
So I think the Knicks will win in 5.
Because
You
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 can go
want
to
the
their
Knicks to win in
games.
5.
Fair enough. All right, Joe.
Yeah, I want to
Who
be
do you
able to go
think,
to the
Joe? Who do you
games.
think is going to be the man for the Knicks?
I'm a huge Cat guy, so I really think Cat will play well. I
All
always
right,
love watching him. I love them on the Timberwolves.
fair enough. John, you're shaking your head. Who do you think wins this game? Wins this series?
I'm taking the Knicks in 6, but I would like to just touch on the points that Matt and Luke had. I do think Brunson is gonna Alexander Walker had his best year of his career with the Hawks this year.
Hmm.
And him, Dyson Daniels, and a little bit of Jalen Johnson, they're gonna be able to throw three different guys at him and be able to give him a bunch of different trouble with length. Um, like Luke said, Cat is the guy that is going to have to step up. But I'm going to take Macau as my guy who has to really show a little bit more this series. They gave up five fucking first round picks for him, and there is times where he is so he is so scared to be on the ball and be able just confident. Like the Nets days, bro. I get there was a different freedom there, but I feel like you haven't seen that much with him in the Knicks. And if he was able to get just even a little bit of that in this series with Brunson maybe struggling and Cat needing to do a little bit more and needing a little more help, I think Bridges would be the guy to look at.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree with Midge. They become a lot scarier of a team to defend on paper when McCall is himself.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna take the Knicks in five, and why I say this is kind of what we touched on before in previous podcasts. Why I think the Knicks are gonna go far is because of their bench. You just look at both these benches. Besides Kaminga maybe, but like Kaminga's super hit or miss on the night. I just love the Knicks bench a lot more. And with that being said, it's kind of like an obvious pick, but I think Mitchell Robinson needs to kind of use his minutes wisely. Like he needs to get in the game and make an impact, and I think he will. And I think when like those second rotation guys come in, I feel like just the Knicks are going to be more dominant in those periods. But moving on, last game of the Eastern Conference. What's up,
I want to go
John?
first.
Oh, okay, sorry. The Celtics versus the 76ers. John, start us off.
Um, if the Warriors don't make the playoffs, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to be a big Boston guy. I love Joe
You're the
Mazzulla.
worst, dude.
I love what Joe Mazzulla has done with them this year. It is so impressive, especially with the fact that I had written them off going into the season. I had thought they would be in contention for a bottom five pick. I didn't think they'd be able to stay above water, and they did more than stay above water. They were a top three seed in the East without Tatum. Tatum comes back and slots in easily with the team that they have really made work without him. I think they, as you mentioned with the Knicks having a deep bench, I think the Celtics have just as deep of a bench, and there's guys that are hitting certain points that they haven't hit yet. So if
Hmm.
they continue to do that into the postseason, they're my favorite out the East, even though I got money on the Knicks to come out, so I'd really appreciate if they did. Um, the Celtics are scary, and as much as I love Tatum and Brown, I really think Joe Mazzulla is just by far the best coach in the league, and he is just he's the man. He's the man.
Hmm.
His team's going on a run. They want another ring. He's gonna get them there.
Hmm. So how many games you have him in?
Four. This is a sweep. The Sixers, bro. Max, like I don't have faith outside of Maxey. Like I watched them last night. Paul George is decent as a second option, but like you're relying on a rookie outside of Paul George with VJ,
Hmm.
and I think the Celtics are just gonna eat them alive on defense, and they're gonna get what they want on offense, especially because you're relying on Drummond and Bona against Vooch is gonna get his buckets on those dudes. As much as old as he is, I think this is
Hmm.
gonna be an easy series for them.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Matt, what do you think?
If the Celtics pulled a fast one on all of us, this was supposed to be their like down year, and they're going into the playoffs right now, pretty much at peak form. Tatum's back. I think they win this in five, and my X factor player is Vucevic because the Celtics have probably the best backcourt depth wise in the entire league, but their front court is looking a little shaky this year, so he's gonna need to step up and hold that down for them to make a deep playoff run.
Hmm. Hmm. I agree. Chapman.
If JB Bickerstaff is coach of the year, I'm gonna riot. This, I mean, is a little bit on fraud watch. I know they won 60 games, but there's a little fraudulent there. Joe Mazzulla is awesome. Obviously, I hate that he's the Celtics head coach, but that's neither here or there. I think they do take this series. I think it's a sweep. Better coaching, better players. Just there's just not much the Sixers can do against this Celtics team that I'm really thinking different from that
Hmm.
pick.
Fair
Also,
enough.
John, you're not slick hopping off the Warriors bandwagon onto the Celtics bandwagon.
Whoa, bro. I will
That's
never
crazy. It's
support a
crazy
Boston
work from
team in
you.
full, bro. I just I just think I can't sit here and root for Jokic the whole playoffs. I'd rather see like I love Joe Mazzulla, bro. He's an animal. He's actually an animal at head coach.
Joey, what do you think? What do you got this game? You're a
Um,
little Celtic. I mean, you're a little Sixers fan at heart.
no, but I do really like the Celtics. I love the fact that they were playing so well without Tatum, and now Tatum's back. I think they'll win in five. Shout out! I might be going to the game three. That'll be cool. I'll hopefully I get to see a Celtics win there because that'll be even better. Because when John and I were leaving, they were chanting, "We want Boston," so that makes me want Boston to beat them even more because that'll be
I
so
was
much.
wearing a New York hat rooting for a Boston team. Like, we've lost the plot.
Um,
All
I'm
right.
gonna yeah. What's up, John?
I would just like to point out the reason Joe Mazzulla is such a good coach is because he hooks up with Pep in the off season, bro. They be scheming basketball concepts together,
Shout
apparently.
out soccer. I'm gonna go with Celtics in five. I think that one game that one of these one probably the one game that Joel Embiid plays, he's gonna do the thing I thought Brandon Ingram was gonna do. He'd be like, "Yo, give me the rock," and he's just gonna feast. But other than that, I think the Celtics handle them pretty well, and I think Peyton Pritchard is gonna be the man in this series. But that's going to be it for the podcast. I am very excited to see how this all pans out, especially for, funny enough, all your guys' teams are in the playoffs, basically. So it's going to be exciting. We'll hopefully be back with round two predictions and round one, the first round analysis and kind of reactions and stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed. Gonna be back hopefully in one of these games, like next week probably. In
We'll be
a couple
back in
days.
like two and a half weeks. We'll be back
What?
It's a long time.
for the
Oh
second
yeah, you're
round.
right. Sorry. Yep. Hey, hand
For
up.
this,
That's
You're
how
right.
long it is.
You're right, John.
that's how long the
Yeah,
first
Right.
round is. 2.5
Yep.
weeks.
yeah.
Wow.
And maybe if teams get sweeps super easy, we can just talk about that series. But we'll definitely be back before that with an NBA pod. Hopefully with the awards coming out and all that jazz. We will see you later. Deuces.